It's so great to see the legacy that has been created at Park City Soccer and the culture that you have here. It's truly wonderful to watch from a distance and smile. So this award we're about to recognize a student athlete who's demonstrated exemplary leadership conduct to his team and to his community. In 2002, I need to bring up a pivotal negative moment because it sets the stage for everything else that's about to unfold. 2002, Matt was a starting freshman on the Park City soccer team. And yet he was treated quite badly. I was told by the upperclassmen he wasn't welcome. It's their team and he doesn't belong. And after another season of this, as he played his sophomore year, same thing happened. And he just told his coach, who he dearly loved, Mike Getchow, who spoke at his funeral. Mike was an awesome coach. He said, it's just not worth it. I don't need the abuse. And I'm going to leave. He said he'd be back his senior year. And when he came back his senior year, that things are going to be different. That he was going to show Mike what Park City soccer should be about. So that's how we're setting the stage here tonight. I needed to start at that point in 2002. Meanwhile, he played club soccer. His club team won 5 state cups. His team was nationally ranked top 10 in the country. Well, honestly, when you go to a regional tournament in club play, that means there's about 12 parents watching, possibly a college coach discreetly watching from a distance. So let me close my eyes for a second and go back in time to a Park City High School stadium filled to capacity, and just before the game starts, someone in the crowd would yell the tribal chant. Say! Welcome to Park City Soccer, and here we come. So in 2006, Matt was a senior. The team was stacked with all-state players. Matt wasn't the best player, but certainly had the street cred, so when he said something, you listened. He would routinely gather the team, and the team needed freshman, sophomore players on the team to start the game. And he told them that he needed them, that he badly wanted to win the state championship, and that he had their back, and he would do anything to help them. He also reminded the stars in the team to knock off the showboating and the selfish play, and to keep it even, keep your eye on the prize. He organized a stifling defense. He loved setting up clever counterattacks, and he crashed the goalie box on corner kicks, hoping to head it in. Matt had a few concussions, but that's just the style he played. Did they win the state championship? Yep. But this is only where the real story begins. A few years later, Matt lost his life. So, in the interim, you can imagine there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of wondering what's going on in life, what's it all about. And one day out of the blue, I got a phone call from a kid named Tommy Martin. Tommy was a freshman that played for Matt when Matt was a senior. I didn't really know Tommy. I knew of Tommy. He was a good player, but never really talked to him. And so Tommy asked me, he goes, I don't know why I'm calling you, but We're playing in the state championship tomorrow afternoon down in Juan Diego. Would you come watch? I'm like, yeah, sure, okay, sure, Tony, I'll come. So, it's game time. Park City's not playing well. They just don't have it going on. It doesn't look good. And then the magic starts to happen. There's a shot on goal. Ball's on frame. Goalie's nowhere near the ball. It's going in. Right at the goal line, the ball takes the weirdest hop anyone has ever seen and turns on a right angle and ricochets off. No goal. Weird. People are scratching their head like, what was that? Game goes on, still a 0-0 game. Shot on goal. Ball's in the air. Perfect shot, heading for the upper V on frame. It's going in, goalie's not near it. Like an invisible header out of nowhere, the ball is struck in midair by nothing and ricochets off into a right angle. No goal. I start laughing loudly. I get it. People think I'm crazy. Who's the guy up in the stands? Out of control laughing. What's going on? I know what's going on. My son could be a diabolical practical joker. And he could play some of the funniest tricks on his friends, his little sister, and anybody. So, Park City goes on to win the game, 1-0. Dog pile celebration, all the players are on the field. I'm just sitting back, up in the stands, watching. Everybody leaves the stadium. I'm walking out. There's Tommy Martin. He's bawling. He's crying unbelievably. I'd probably start crying too. We hug each other, and he looks at me, he goes, "Did you see what happened?" I go, yeah, Tommy. I was there. Nobody else got it but us. He looks at me and he goes, "He was here. He had my back." I go, yeah, I did, Tommy. Tommy went on to play for University of Oregon as a standout soccer player. Still hear from Tommy every now and then. Every now and then, once in a blue moon, I can feel my son's presence. And I go, "Wow, you're still here." And he makes me smile. He makes me feel good. And he wanted to do the same thing for his community and leaving good behind him and creating a soccer culture in terms of who is Park City, what are we about, how do we care for each other. So here we are tonight paying homage to how Park City plays soccer and all the things that are good about it. Whether you win or whether you lose, you do it the right way. So tonight we recognize this year's student athlete who's not only an outstanding athlete, but an incredible human being for their selfless leadership who uplifts other people's lives to make them better people on and off the field. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for coming, to you and your family. We obviously appreciate it every year. Like Anthony said, a very powerful story. So for this player to honor with this special award, I shared this story with this player recently. I was the JV coach 2 years ago, and this player was injured, and a lot of times when a player is injured, they'll just